I want to talk to you about persimmons because I was looking at my fruit bowl this morning and I found 3 at different stages of ripeness. And I think if we look at them closely, it will give you some instruction on the variations that you find within persimmons, which is a lovely fruit and is in season right now in November. It's one of the wonderful autumnal fruits that we get from Europe. So in front of me, we have a persimmon from Spain that's called the Rojo Brilliante, and it's in all the shops at the moment and very easy to find and very cheap. This one on my left is rather yellow and insipid looking and quite hard to feel. This one in the middle is a nice orange colour and is actually probably the main type that you'll see, the main colour you'll see in supermarkets. And then this one is a very deep orange. You can see it's very ripe, and also it's soft to touch, almost like it's going to burst. So I'll show you how to cut into a persimmon and how to eat them. In fact, there are a number of ways of eating persimmons. You can eat them like an apple, and when they're hard, like these, just eat them. Some people don't really like the skin because it's relatively waxy, relatively thick, but I don't have a problem with that. But if you want to cut them open, let's start with this middle one, because this is the one you'll mostly see. It's nice and orange, quite firm. But I always start by cutting the bottom off and discarding that. And then from there, just chopping it up into pieces. Usually I just chop it up into segments. And it easily cuts, and you can see it's lovely inside. This one is completely clear, actually. Quite often they have dark patches in them. And then just chop them into segments. Now, and that is a lovely piece of fruit to eat. But often people don't like the peel, as I said, so you can just peel that off very easily and it comes off. And this is firm, but sweet and easy to eat, lovely. Now if we go to this fruit here, I always say that this is underripe and probably came off the tree a bit sooner than it should have done. And actually cutting that, you can feel that it's hard. You can see that the flesh is yellow. If I cut it, let me just taste that, because I would say it's still edible. It's still perfectly good, but it's just not as sweet as this one. Let's just check this one. Significantly, that one is significantly sweeter. So, oh, now that's interesting. This one is astringent, and this is one of the things about persimmons, is that they can have astringency in them, and what that means is it's almost like having deodorant in your mouth, and that one hasn't ripened enough for the astringency to be removed, whereas this one has. So for that reason I would avoid buying these yellowish ones. Always try and buy the more orange ones. Now let's look at the very ripe one. Now this is interesting because it looks like, well, you could eat this as like an apple, but it'd be a bit messy. But if you take the bottom off and look inside, you'll see that it's got darkness in it. And some people might think there's something wrong with that, but actually that it's not. It's a sign of maturity and ripeness. Now that is soft and jelly-like, and it's absolutely delicious. But you really want, look at that. You really want a spoon to eat that with, and it's absolutely perfect. So there you have it. Lovely persimmons, right in season at the moment. Very good prices, but avoid that very pale yellow one. Okay.